Hello everyone, my name is Ismail and I'm here to show you everything you need to know to print your design-related files and documents. Before we proceed, you must keep in mind that this tutorial will not go over how to print Word documents and other unrelated files. Today, I'm going to talk about how to set up your documents, export them, and submit them using the computers available in the computer lab. I am also going to talk about how to use your UniCard account and how to operate the release station. First, we're going to talk about presets, optimal print quality and resolution, and image modes. First, you need to create a new file on Photoshop. If you didn't already create a preset, I recommend you make one. You need to set the desired width and height. You also need to set a resolution. This determines how crisp your graphics are. It is important to know that the higher the resolution, the slower your computer and the plotter become when handling the file. Rule of thumb, if it's a final presentation, you can use 300 ppi as a maximum. Otherwise, 150 to 200 ppi is good enough for a regular presentation. It's important to set your color mode to CMYK for more color accurate prints. Now, you can name your file and click Save Preset. For prints bigger than tabloid format, 11 inches by 17 inches, it's recommended to use the plotters. In this case, I'm trying to print an ArcD file. It's always a good practice to fill the whole canvas to save money and paper. ArcD format is composed of 2 ArcCs or 4 ArcBs, as you can see in this image. Before saving your file as a PDF, you should always leave a margin of 1/4 of an inch or 1/2 centimeter. I use guides that I drag from the ruler tool. You can bring the rulers by following the video or by pressing Ctrl-R. Now it's time to save a copy of your Photoshop file by pressing Alt-Ctrl-S or by following the video. This brings the following menu prompting you to select a file type and to name your file. After clicking on Save, you can notice that our file is at the desirable resolution of 300 ppi. If your print is bigger than an ArcD, then the right thing to do is to save an adequate preset as ArcE, 36 by 48 inches, and follow the same steps as shown in the previous video. As for anything smaller than ArcB, you can also create an adequately sized template as shown before. You should also use the copier machine for these sizes shown in the screen instead of the plotters. Once your files are ready to print on bond paper, it's preferable that you export them as PDFs. Download your PDF files onto the computers in the computer lab. These computers allow you to send your prints directly to the release station. It's very important to keep your files below 100 megabytes. Anything above that can take more than 30 minutes for the plotters to process, and sometimes it can fail to print. Open your PDFs with Adobe Acrobat, then press Ctrl-P to print or follow the video. Select the option that says SAPL Plotter Bond, then select Properties. Select ArcD as your document size. Select the highest quality, and make sure the properties are set to printing in colors. If you want to print on photo paper, you must do the same steps as shown previously with one key difference. You must pick the option that ends with SAPL Plotter Photo. And if you happen to print on ArcE format, 36 by 48, you must find ArcE under Properties, Document Size. And don't forget to select the highest print quality. When printing on letter, legal, or tabloid, you must follow the same steps mentioned before with some key differences. Once you've opened your PDF, you go to Printing Properties by pressing Ctrl-P or following the video, and select the option that ends with ucalgary.ca/student. Select the document size under Properties, select the size you need, and make sure to select the appropriate tray number that corresponds to the size you want. The tray numbers correspond to the sizes shown on the side of the copier machine. It's better to use this copier machine for small prints. Last but not least, don't forget to specify if you want to print in colors. Once your small print is submitted in the computer lab, you need to log in either manually or by swiping your UCID card. Then select Follow You Printing as shown in this slide. If you don't have sufficient funds in your account, you must log into your UniCard account and add funds as shown in this slide. Funds should be loaded into your account 30 minutes ahead of printing. The final step when trying to use the plotters is the release station. The release station is the computer located in the plotter's room. First, you need to log in with your credentials, then select the plotter you wish to access. In this menu, you can find and select the print job you submitted earlier. You can also see how much it's going to cost. Once you click on print, you will be asked to choose which account you want to build. Printing on bond paper will cost you $1.50 per square foot, and printing on photo paper will cost you $2.50 per square foot. If the plotters run out of paper or ink before completing your print, you can ask for a refund by filling the refund request form. I kindly remind you not to touch or change the ink cartridges, the paper, or the plotter menu settings. Plotters maintenance is done regularly by authorized personnel. It's also extremely important to print your final presentations at least 12 hours ahead of a presentation to avoid unexpected delays. To summarize, you need to use presets, export PDFs, submit in the computer lab, use the release station if you choose to use the plotters, or copy your machines for everything else. Thank you for your time. Have a great semester and good luck.